What is going on, comic fans? Welcome to the Legion of Comics. Today, I'm here with a top 10 list, but not a normal one. This is going to be a top 5 and 5, as this is a very special week for comic books. We have new comic book day coming next Wednesday, May the 1st, and then following right behind that is the huge annual event known as Free Comic Book Day, May the 4th, which is also Star Wars Day. It's going to be a massive day, so we're going to be covering both of those dates. Don't forget that C2E2 Season of Big Time Collectibles is bringing you a slew of amazing books. Be sure to check them out on their website. Follow them on social media, and you can get access to books if you're not even able to make it to that con. They're doing all kinds of cool stuff. They have some really awesome books. Also, if you need anything cleaned or pressed, check the description below. I've got links for JustinComicx. Let them know you found him via the channel. Just hit him up. Fantastic service, quick turnaround time, and you can submit to CGC or CBCS for you if you don't have your own account. Fantastic individual. So let's look at it. So this video is going to be my top 5 books that I'm most anticipating for new comic book day, May the 1st. And then right behind that, I'll give you the top 5 books that I'm most looking forward to for Free Comic Book Day and tell you why I'm looking forward to them. This is a massive Free Comic Book Day across all the publishers. If you did not know, I've already posted a video showcasing every book that'll come out, all the merchandise, the shirt, the collectibles, everything is all covered. Be sure to go check that video out if you haven't seen it already. This is just going to include the top 5 books for me personally, which I think you need to be on the lookout for as well. So let's get into it. First up, for new comic book day, we have The Incredible Hulk, issue number 12 by Philip Kennedy Johnson, and thankfully the return of Nick Klein. He's been killing it with the covers, but he's been dipping in and out. We've had stand-in artists. I don't want to say stand-in artists, a secondary artist working on the book, but Nick Klein is back for issue number 12. Following the events of the last issue with Hulk's battle with Frozen Charlotte, he's found his trusty sidekick Charlie has turned into a little doll, so he's going to have to descend into the Strange Academy and get help from Brother Voodoo on how to solve this mystery. That cover is beautiful with him encased inside that wooden totem with the spikes in him. It's just, I'm excited for this. I'm excited for Nick Klein to come back. This title has been fantastic, but it totally elevates it when the art just matches the tone of the story itself. So can't wait for this one. Next up, now, I wasn't going to put Flash on these lists anymore. I'm still pulling Flash. Cy Spurrier's era is not for me. It's almost like every other issue gives you some glimmer of hope that this story is going to do something, and then it doesn't necessarily do it. That's why I'm putting the annual on here, because a lot of times annuals are important parts of the story. Most of the time, they're important parts of the story. I don't know why people don't pick up annuals as much. So that's why I'm looking forward to this annual specifically. With Wally missing, he's inside the Speed Force, and Barry having something weird going on with him. They're going to have to confront Barry with what's happening with him. I don't know how much we'll find in dipping into the Wally stuff, but I'm interested to see what's going on with Barry, knowing that Professor Zoom is behind, or Reverse Flash is behind all of this stuff, kind of tinkering and stuff. We still haven't seen him reveal his hand. We've just been told that he is afoot. So maybe we'll get a little bit more of that as well. I'm just ready for this run to come together. I'm so spoiled from Jeremy Adams' run that this run just, it's got a lot of something to it. It just doesn't come together. You know what I'm saying? You got all the ingredients, but we ain't baking a cake yet. We need the cake. Give us the cake. Next up, we got none other than House of Brainiac Part 2.5. What this is the House of Brainiac Superman special that they build as being part of this whole House of Brainiac event, which so far is just ridiculously good. Like, it's super good. You need to check it out if you haven't already. Plus, it's leading into Absolute Power. I just posted the Absolute Power video. If you don't know what's going on over the past 2 years, catches you up on that as well. But this special is supposed to explain to us how Brainiac came across having an entire Zarnian army. For those that don't know, that's the species that Lobo is. He's supposed to be the last one. Brainiac shows up to Earth with an entire army of them, including the fabled original main man. So we're supposed to be diving into all of that, plus what's going on with the ruins of Metropolis after the invasion of Brainiac, as well as diving into what's going on with Perry as he's running for mayor. A lot of context, a lot of cool stuff adding to the continuity of this story. It's really good. This balancing between Superman and Action Comics, it's not going to last long, so you don't have to get overly invested if you're not pulling these titles. You can still check out this event for a little low cost of admission. Next up, probably my pick of the week right here, Boom. Space Ghost issue number 1 from Dynamite Comics. Dave Pepos, I think. Pepos is writing this one. It's going back, retelling the origin of Space Ghost, revisiting it, starting it anew, so it's a jump-on point for old fans and new fans alike. I'm a fan of the old Hanna-Barbera cartoon. That's my exposure to it. That and Space Ghost Coast to Coast, as with most people. I'm excited to dive into this all the way back to the earliest starts of the story and just really see what they do with it. I mean, Space Ghost is such a cool character. His design is fantastic. I do have the Alex Ross cover run that he did. I think it was Olivier that did the interiors, but it was fantastic as well. It's pretty much a space cop that had kind of taken up justice on his own, bouncing in between the dark space between the galaxies where pirates run amok and have no respect for life, and just going to be meeting Jan and Jason this first issue and their little monkey as well. I'm excited to see how they play this one out. There's tons of great covers to choose from. Do not miss out. This A cover is really just sending it for me, but there's also a beautiful Bjorn Barons one. I think Stanley might have a cover. There's tons of beautiful covers. I think Big Time Collectibles even posted like a Jim Lee homage one. Like there's a lot to choose from. Be sure to find the one that you like best. And for number 5 on my list for New Comic Book Day is a brand new title from Garth Ennis. This is called Get Fury. Yo, this sounds so awesome. They got the perfect writer for it. Nick Fury in war in Vietnam. Vietnam, 1971, becomes a POW. His captors have no clue who he is and the secrets that he holds and how important of an individual he is. But America does know. So they send in the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, Frank Castle, before he was ever Punisher, to go extract him. Will he be going to extract him, or is he just going to take him out to protect the assets, to protect the information that's inside of his head, to keep it safe? We're going to find out. I'm sure this is going to be a good one. I cannot wait for this. It's just a limited series. Not sure how many issues it's going to be, but check this. Look at the bottom corner. Max. They're Max Comicsing it. Mature reader is going to go hard. Cannot wait. So that's the top 5 for the new Comic Book Day pickups May 1st. Let's check out my top 5 picks for free Comic Book Day. So if you don't know what that is, every year publishers create this opportunity for local comic shops to buy comics at a very discounted rate. The comics are made specifically for this event. They will be branded free Comic Book Day across the top. Typically, they're samples, half issues, or issue 1s of upcoming stuff, or they're just fun little books created for the event. Anyone who walks in the door can get them for free. The whole point is to make an attraction, make an event, make a day of it, to draw people into the shops, to get people into the hobby, get adults into it, gets kids reading, and it also helps the shops to sell stuff in the stores. Traditionally, a lot of shops will have sales going on and pushing other items, and they'll sell stuff that they already have. My shop specifically, I do want to point out, if you're in the area, you want to check out Augusta Book Exchange, ABX Comics and Games. To find them, just check out the description. They're always linked in my description. You can find them easily. They set up a mini con, local artists, local creators, local crafters. They set up at tables. It's literally like a mini con. There's also going to be some special guests this year, I believe. You might want to be there. So it's going to be pretty dope. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be awesome. So the top 5 books I'm looking forward to and why. Let's get into it. So a lot of times you'll find first appearances, special editions, blah, 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 blah. So you always want to double check what's happening with it. But for me personally, DC Comics is doing an Absolute Power special edition, which is ushering us in to the event itself. We're building up to it in numerous stories. And right before it kicks off, they are good about doing a free Comic Book Day book as the step into it. So I can't wait for this. I'm excited for this event. It's been building for 2 years. It's such a well-crafted event, and Mark Waid is writing it. Yes, Mark Waid with Dan Mora on the art. Sold. Right there. Sold. That's all you need to know. Next up, I talked about Jeremy Adams. Pretty much every chance I get, he's like the greatest Flash writer of my lifetime. He's perfect. He's awesome. He just finished up Jay Garrick Flash, and now he's going over to Mad Cave, I believe, to do Flash Gordon. What? We got a new Dick Tracy series. Space Ghost is starting. Now we're getting Flash Gordon. It's like they're bringing back the pulp era stuff and like the stuff from like my dad's childhood. You know what I'm talking about? But I can't wait for this. This is going to be awesome. There's no way it could be bad. Last time I checked out Flash Gordon was also when Alex Ross was doing it, which was at Dynamite, I believe. It was really good. So hopefully this is going to be awesome. If Jeremy Adams is doing it, I'm there. Jeremy Adams is on something, I'm there. Green Lantern, I'm there. Flash, I'm there. Flash Gordon, oh yeah. Next up, coming in at number 3 on the list, the Valiant. So this is really exciting. Valiant Publishing pretty much went out of business, but they immediately got picked up by a company called Alien Publishing or Alien Press, and their book started coming out like right behind that. So where Exo Manowar the Unconquered that Liam Sharp was doing, it got like 4 issues in, then it stopped, and then Alien picked it up and got the other 2 out. Now they're trying to do a big push to get people back into their superhero line. So I like the Exo stuff. I keep up with the Exo stuff, but as you can see, you have Bloodshot, Ninjak, and other characters, and they're bringing them together for like an event, like a Unity. So I'm excited to see what they're going to do. Maybe they'll maybe they'll deliver. You know, I think Valiant doesn't get enough love. A lot of people don't even know that they still make books. So I'm always picking up the free comic book day books. They always have some really cool stuff in there, like Shadow Man and whatnot. So I'm in for this Valiant thing. I definitely want to check it out. I don't want to sleep on it, as the kids say. Next up, and this is a big one, the Energon Universe Special Edition. Everyone knows what's going on with the Energon Universe. Transformers, G.I. Joe franchises were bought by Image Comics, and they started them fresh in a new style, a new story, a new continuity, and they intertwined them. And they've given us like 7 issues of Transformers, 5 issues of Duke, and 5 issues of Cobra Commander that have all kind of bobbed and weaved. But there's a lot of questions to be answered, and this free comic book day edition will be answering a lot of those questions, intertwining stuff, and showing us the next big reveal for what's happening in Void Rivals, this title that really launched the Energon universe. As you can see from the cover, who's featured there, none other than Megatron, who's kind of been like mysteriously not present. Like his arm is attached to Optimus right now. We've seen his corpse. We've seen him over in Cobra Law. Like, what's going on with Megatron? How did it get to this? When's he coming back? Is he coming back? Like, what's going on? Answers. That's what this thing is supposed to be offering us, is answers to a lot of questions from all these titles, as well as get us looking forward to what comes after Duke and Cobra Commander, because they're doing with the G.I. Joe stuff just mini series and keeping them moving. Scarlet and Destro is next, so I'm excited. The Energon universe is like the second coolest thing, right behind what Ghost Machine is doing right now. It's just fantastic. And for the last one, number 5 on my list is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This is exciting because the Night Watcher is popping up here. From my recollection, loving the movies, the animated TMNT feature from like 2005-ish, 6-ish, around there, featured the Night Watcher. It was Raph all teched up, armored up, protecting the city in Leonardo's absence and stuff. Are they bringing him into the comics? That's super dope. And if it's not Raph, who is it? We have a brand new character being teased in the pages of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for IDW Comics. Another title that is supposed to be wrapping up at 150 and starting over fresh at number 1. Not a new numbering, a completely fresh start with Jason Aaron writing it, if I'm not mistaken. So Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is something you definitely want to pay attention to, as it definitely picks up heat and like cools off and picks up heat and cools off. Turtles are never going to go out of style. From the time they came out to now, they are a successful franchise. You know, it gets hotter and colder, but it's definitely something you might not want to miss out on. And there's a ton of other books. Marvel will be showcasing what's going on with its vampire sucking event that they're doing this summer with 58 issue event, whatever. Not for me. But if you are excited for the Marvel stuff, it's a vampire sucking event with Blade or something like that. Can't remember the name of it. Bloodline, maybe? Bloodline? I don't know. They are doing like a rated R version of the main event, which I think is kind of cool, just to try to, I don't know, sell more copies. I like gimmicks, you know what I mean? That's a cool gimmick. Like, we'll give you the main event title, but then we'll do like an R-rated cut as well, like more violence. I don't know, teeth penetrating the neck. Like, we'll see how that plays out. But 58 tie-in issues for the whole event, that's a little excessive, even for me. What is this? Death metal? I don't think so. Be sure to leave me a comment. Let me know what you're looking forward to picking up this coming week and what you do for free comic book day. I'm definitely interested in what everyone does. Me personally, the whole family makes a huge to-do of it. We have a blast. If you enjoyed the video, please hit that thumbs up. It helps the channel. Don't forget to subscribe on your way out. If you so are inclined to, check out the merch store. Hit that join button, become a channel member. And until next time, as always, we are Legion.